Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. Our first little story about the truck driver and the incident at his work. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Won't get paid if I go home? Okay. I'm a company truck driver, and if the truck breaks down, I get breakdown pay, because obviously I can't make money if I'm paid by the mile. Truck is broken, so I call in and offer a way to save some money. I live on the other side of the state I'm currently in, so why not just go home until the truck is fixed, and instead of spending a bunch of money on a hotel, just buy me a bus ticket back. Dispatcher says if I go home, I won't be eligible for breakdown pay. I say, okay, I'd rather go home anyway. No point sitting around doing nothing. So I think, wait a minute, I can have my cake and eat it too. And this company has already stiffed me on about $1,700 unrelated, so I called dispatcher back. Yeah, that plan won't work. I'm going to need a hotel room. Okay. Meanwhile, I just enact my original plan to pop home and back to attend an event I wanted to go to and make sure my cats get some attention from me after checking into the hotel room and throwing out the Do Not Disturb sign. At least this way, I have it ready when I get back to it. This also means that I get breakdown pay because I didn't go home. Edit. The dealership the truck is at told me it would not be gotten to until Monday, when I got there on Friday afternoon. I'll be playing games all week, I expect until it's done, while they make one more hotel reservation per night and make me walk back and forth. Whatever. Also, if they fire me, all it'll do is make me happy because I know that I can probably get another job fairly easily at this point. And our second story. We need twice as many as you can send us. Stat. I work in the dispatch department of a hospital, and it's my job to receive phone calls from clerks and nurses requesting porters. I take the call, input the information, and send the info to a porter so they can proceed with the patient transfer, equipment delivery, etc. A certain department calls us incessantly asking for wheelchairs to be delivered. It doesn't matter how many wheelchairs they already have, they always call for more. They like to hoard them and hide them away in separate rooms so that it looks like they don't have any when the porter arrives with more. In this hospital, hoarding any equipment creates delays for patient transfers because it becomes hard for porters to locate the needed equipment in areas where they are supposed to be available. This department has been getting away with this for years, and any complaint to management usually results in a temporary fix, about a week, in which we receive fewer requests for wheelchairs from said department. Anyways, it's been an extremely busy day, and the usual clerk from the hoarder department has been calling us excessively to deliver wheelchairs and has been rude about it every time. We try to explain that we need to keep some wheelchairs on reserve for other departments, which we have explained thousands of times to them before, and she just scoffs at me and my coworkers and repeats that she needs wheelchairs because she doesn't have any. At one point, the clerk calls me in a rage and is screeching in my ear about how we still haven't delivered any wheelchairs, which we have, and we have call records to prove it, and that she needs as many as you can send us, stat, then slams the phone in my ear. Okay, I'll send you as many as we can. I proceed to call a porter that has worked here a long time and knows the situation with the hoarder department very well. Also, he's retiring soon, and has always been a guy that works around the rules, and we're all union, so we can get away with a lot. I tell him the situation and tell him very clearly that they need as many as we can send them. He chuckles and says, no problem. About 30 to 45 minutes later, I get a call from hoarder department. It's not the rage lady from earlier, unfortunately, but it was still very satisfying to hear them say, can you please have a porter come remove some wheelchairs? I say, sure, how many would you like removed? She says, I kid you not, as many as you can get out of our hallway. It's congested with wheelchairs and is a fire hazard. It's super satisfying to hear them want wheelchairs removed for once, but I figured they are exaggerating as usual. Except this time the opposite of their usual request. By this point, the porter who delivered them has gone home. I call a different porter that I get along with, tell them the story, and send them up to assess the chaos and remove some wheelchairs. She calls back when she's up there, and she's just laughing uncontrollably while telling me there are over 30 wheelchairs stuffed in the hoarder department and the connecting hallway. Apparently, the clerks were trying to push the entire collection of them out of the hallway at once because they couldn't get through the sea of wheelchairs to move them one by one. The retiring porter literally trapped them in their department with wheelchairs. Surprisingly, no one got in trouble or talked to at all. I'm not even sure my coordinator heard about the situation. Hoarder department is still consistent with calling for wheelchair delivery, but a little less so. The rude clerk is still rude, but she's very prompt on the phone and a little less sassy than before. I call it a win. And our last story. Don't treat my sales professionals like scum. First, some background. I'm David and Tony is my younger brother. His older brother, I was the street smarts, fast talker, great bullcrapper type kid. The sheriff knew my mother's number by heart. Tony is the well-behaved, respectable kid that went on to get great grades and go to college. Well, Tony ended up creating his own company. They do networking and servers and stuff like that. Me? Well, I became the GSM of 7 different dealerships. My job is basically the shot caller. Well, I don't so much call the shots, more as review the decisions my managers make. Now, of course, with Tony being my brother and our families are close-knit, his wife, my wife, his children, my children are always together. With this, Tony and I bounce ideas off each other all the time and are pretty in tune with each other's business. Heck, I helped fund the early days of Tony's company and a major shareholder. So I do have my influence, which I never really use because I don't know anything about his business, how it works, etc. Now, Tony was in the final stages of bidding on a massive contract. Basically, as he explained it, the contract was his, and he was searching internally for the team to run this contract, and he needed a project manager. He already had the pay plan for this position put together, and whoever got it would make a crap ton of money, and there was quite a bit of competition internally for this position, especially among 2 prime individuals, Maurice and Alan, both equally qualified. However, my brother was leaning towards Maurice since he was with my brother for 2 years more than Alan. Now, I didn't actually know either one of them, so I gave my brother the general advice, which was if both can do the job and only one can have the job, give it to the guy that's been with you the longest. Therefore, Maurice was to get the position. My brother said he'd mull it over the weekend and make the big announcement that Friday. Now, with me being in this business as long as I have, I've grown to develop relationships with many different employers, and many of them I have special pricing deals with. Tony's company, of course, receives a special pricing deal. All his employees have to do is show their badge, and we apply a discount to their order since they work for Tony. Now, of course, we do have some models which we've disqualified from this incentive for various reasons. One of them is the Ford Raptor, which is a hot seller and a major profit generator for us, so it's excluded. Well, I do my rounds to the different dealers I manage, and had stopped by a Ford store which was having some employee issues, as is fairly common in this industry, and putting together a plan with the store manager when a salesperson popped in and said he needed the store manager to handle a difficult customer. I, of course, enjoy getting involved in selling cars. It's a welcome relief, so I inquired about the deal. Turns out it was Maurice, who works for my brother's company, wanting a Ford Raptor. I told the store manager to stay put and I'll handle this, so I walk out to greet Maurice. Maurice is insulting my dealership, my employees, and our practices. We pride ourselves on being above board on everything, so this really pisses me off. Nevertheless, Maurice is a potential customer and should be treated with respect. I sit down with Maurice and qualify him to see what's up. Maurice is under the impression that this Friday he's going to get a major promotion and has decided he's going to treat himself to a nice brand new toy, a brand new Ford Raptor. Thankfully, the car gods have given us the exact model and options and color that Maurice wants, which of course is the reason why Maurice is at my store and not wanting to leave my store without the truck. However, isn't understanding his coupon does not qualify for the Ford Raptor and that he should be happy we are only charging him sticker on a truck that traditionally sells for above sticker. I, of course, try to explain this to Maurice, who calls me a scumbag. This is, of course, the short version, and Maurice is being a general douche. I do some quick thinking, look up Maurice, and say, if I honor the pricing agreement that you believe I should honor, will you purchase today? Maurice happily responds, yes. So I have finance start up the paperwork, and several times throughout the process, I overhear Maurice insulting my employees, dealership, and reputation. This is something I do not tolerate. In my opinion, the most important asset which I have are my employees. They generate the revenue which pays my bills. However, I was going to let this one slide till the very end. Finally, Maurice is done with finance, the vehicle is funded, and he's ready for delivery. I tell the operations manager I'll personally handle this delivery, and he calls me over as soon as the walk-around is ready. So I begin showing Maurice all the options and features that the Ford Raptor offers. He's like a kid in an effing candy store, so happy with this purchase. Still thinks we're scumbags, though. Finally, we're done. The paperwork is signed, Maurice is sitting in his brand new truck, and I'm standing outside of it when I saw me. Hey, Tony is the guy that will be promoting you on Friday, right? Maurice. Yeah, do you know him? Me. Sure, he's my younger brother. Maurice. Really? Me. Yup. In fact, many years ago, when Tony was just a small startup, I convinced the owner of this dealership to finance his company. I'm confident without our support, Tony would have gone bankrupt in the early days of the dot-com bubble. Maurice. I didn't know. I'm so sorry for me. Nah, don't worry about it. You go ahead and enjoy your new truck now. Poor boy. Wanted to cry. I was grinning from ear to ear. Got into my office, called in the salesperson, his manager, and even finance, who this guy also treated like crap, and called up my younger brother Tony. Alan really enjoyed his new promotion and used the bonus to pay off his house and put a massive down payment on his first rental property. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.